Hello everyone, my name is Paul Feinstein and I am a contributor for La Cucina Italiana, and today we are going to be cooking with coffee, specifically Lavazza's coffee, and more specifically the Gran Selezione coffee because, well, not only is it a dark roast, but it has this intense chocolatey flavor to it. And while I do that, I'm going to be drinking this Lavazza organic coffee because, frankly, it's delicious. We are going to be doing something that you can have for breakfast since coffee goes so well at breakfast. So we're going to be making these delicious, chocolatey, coffee-infused muffins that are just fantastic. So to start, we'll go over the ingredients. So we have about 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We're gonna have whole milk. Right now I've got 3/4 cup. Basically an entire stick of butter. You can cut back if, too much butter for you, but butter's good. 1 egg. We're gonna have the coffee itself, which is about 1/4 cup. What you wanna do is you wanna brew the coffee first, let it cool, and then you can put it in, but we'll get to how we actually prepare it in a second. In addition to that, I'm using about 1 cup of brown sugar. I am using about 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. On top of that, we've got, let's see, what do we have? A teaspoon of baking powder. We have, no, sorry, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, full teaspoon of baking soda. I like cinnamon a lot, so I'm putting in a lot, full teaspoon. It'll be great. We're also gonna do about 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then my secret ingredient, I take dark chocolate covered almonds, I mash them up into bits, and we're gonna use those as well. So basically what we'll do is we'll start with incorporating all the dry ingredients together into one bowl. We'll incorporate all of the wet ingredients into another, and then we'll put them all together and we'll follow the next steps after that. Okay, so we are ready to start incorporating all of our ingredients. So we're gonna do the dry stuff first, and we're gonna do that in the bigger bowl because the wet stuff that you're gonna do in the smaller bowl is gonna go into the bigger bowl once we get all that in as well. So, start, got our flour, cocoa powder, brown sugar, which you'll probably need to mash up. Sometimes it gets a little clumpy. What else we got? We got our baking soda, we've got our baking powder, our quart of cinnamon, and some salt. So, you're gonna take this and you're gonna get it all incorporated together. If the brown sugar doesn't loosen up, take something a little bit stronger, sort of mash it. Incorporate it together. If that doesn't work, you can always break it up with your hands because it's just sugar and ultimately it'll just turn into dust. So that's fine. Do that until this is fully incorporated together. Get it all into one sort of uniform consistency all throughout. And then once you're done with that, we'll turn to the wet ingredients. So just make sure everything is smooth and incorporated. And we're not gonna do the chocolate covered almonds until the end. So when we do those, it'll be once all the stuff is incorporated, both wet and dry together. So now, let's do the wet stuff. We got our milk. We've got our coffee. We've got our egg. We have our entire stick of butter. And we've got our vanilla extract. Just a quick tip, a little bit of vanilla extract goes a long way, so you don't have to put that much into it. So now we're gonna mix all the wet together so it's incorporated, everything is sort of one smooth consistency. You can see all sort of looks the same. Then put this wet into the dry. And we're gonna mix this all together as well. So you don't need to go crazy like mixing this together. It just needs to sort of be, you can be clumpy, it doesn't have to be perfect. Eventually we're just gonna put these into these muffin tins and it'll just turn out great. But you don't have to be perfect with this. Just get it sort of into one consistent mix. I'll show you guys in a second once I get there. But it's pretty quick and pretty easy. And this just turns into this sort of this gooey, chocolatey, coffee-infused, amazing thing. So, you can see, it's pretty simple and it's pretty smooth, but not too crazy. And then once you get it to this stage, time to put your chocolate-covered almonds in. So when you cook this, it's gonna be both, you know, gooey obviously, but you're gonna get this nice crunch as well once we actually bake it in the oven. So basically once this is done, you can see it's pretty quick and pretty easy. You are gonna fill these muffin tins. I got 12 of them here. This recipe is for 12 of them. And then we're gonna put them in the oven at 375 for about 15 or 20 minutes. You basically, to test it, you'll take a toothpick, you'll put it in around the 15-minute mark, you pull it out, and there's nothing on the toothpick. That means they're done. Okay, as you can see, we are done. I mean, look at these guys. Oh my God. So, again, you put them in the oven at 375 for 15 to 20 minutes. These I ended up, I checked them at 15 with a toothpick. Wasn't quite ready, so I put it in for a couple extra minutes. And then honestly, it turned out perfect. I mean, just look at the size of these things. But you know, this recipe is really good because the ingredients are really simple. The prep time, as you could see, was really short and really easy. Like anyone can make these as long as you have the very basic ingredients. And you know, this coffee, it's wonderful because it has this rich sort of chocolate-esque flavor to it, which really brings out a lot of the complexity of it in general. But with that said, we still need to taste it. So we'll take this guy out, we'll undo the wrapping. So I'll give you guys a close-up of this. Oh yeah. So let's open her up. Yeah. So you can see inside, you can still see some of those chunks of almonds, but the chocolate is perfectly cooked. And now, the test. You've got chocolate, you've got almond, you got a little hint of coffee. It's incredible. It also goes well with the coffee. So there you have it. Your Lavazza breakfast muffins. Once again, I am Paul Feinstein. I am a contributor with La Cucina Italiana. This is Lavazza coffee, and these are the best muffins you might ever have for breakfast. So enjoy, it's easy, get in the kitchen, get cooking, and thanks for listening, and thanks for watching.